Well, hello everybody. What an end to week one. Huge day in politics, no doubt about it. The biggest win, absolutely officially ending in the last half an hour, as many people watched. If you didn't listen to Vladimir Putin's own words translated to English, it absolutely backs up everything I said, how this would play forward, how it would go, as France being the UNSCP 5 rep to the European Union. In fact, the chair of the European Union. Brexit sees UK out. Europe is now represented by the sole France. That's it. France and Russia. That was what UK decided. You have to live with consequences of your actions. Now we see Macron, everybody, in Vladimir Putin's victory punch in first week as UNSC president this month lands a devastating blow against one Joe Biden. First loss of today as it wrapped up just a few hours ago. There's still a full another day of talks before Macron goes on to Ukraine, but everybody understand this. Macron is in full endorsement of the Minsk agreement, which allows for federalism, which is what the Russian Federation is, as was the former Soviet Union. It means the territorial integrity of the respective regions, like the provinces of Canada and the territories. Would you like to wake up one day you're no longer the country of Canada? You find out you're the country of Ukraine and your provincial government is completely wiped out. Justin Trudeau's now your regional governor. You're going to go, hey, wait a minute. That's not federalism, that's unitarianism. I don't want that. I don't want Justin Trudeau ruling over me. He's going to send everything, absolutely everything, to Ottawa and Quebec. I might as well kiss my rural property goodbye. Well, that's what's happened in Ukraine for the Donbass regions. There's two republics who lost absolutely all federalism, as was the Soviet Union, as was the Federation of Russia. They did want to go independent of Soviet Union. They wanted that, but not at the expense of their autonomy, their sovereignty in their division of powers. Many of their sub-regions got screwed over. No one was honest to the former Soviets. No one cared. It was more important to kick Russia when it was down. Russia's no longer down. Joe Biden's unitary foreign policy is failing miserably. Americans aren't awoke yet because the media keeps writing stories to try and paint Joe Biden as a victor, even though the way they title their articles, when you define them, it's absolutely the opposite in meaning, but most Americans won't get that. But when you read the story, if you go into the depth of the story, you find out, no, Joe Biden lost. He lost today. Germany would not commit to the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. They won't scrap that. 41% of the energy needs going into Europe. Russia's part of Europe. Do you think that the German people, with Chancellor Olaf right now, his new job as Chancellor is nothing like what was written, which is what Canada is under Governor General, but what was written for Germany. It used to be the Chancellor could do anything in their omnipotence, just like Canada. The Chancellor could do anything. No love of the people whatsoever. Unfortunately, which is fortunate, Germany got an imposed constitution. The definition of Chancellor changed to the People's Chancellor, meaning the Chancellor is sworn to an oath of all Germans. Is it in the best decision for Germans to cancel Nord Stream 2? One, reducing their economy drastically. Two, tripling the cost of their energy needs? No, that would destroy the average German family. No, Chancellor Olaf cannot betray the people, for that is his new oath. Not to any crown, not to any omnipotence or deity of a politician. Joe Biden got served today. Germany backed down. Olaf did not fail in his responsibilities to the German people. That was goal number one for Putin. Goal number two came from the words of Emmanuel Macron himself, as I told you all earlier. Macron acknowledges that he is the P5 member and chair of the EU. He acknowledges today, of all days, the day 30 years ago, France and Russia signed their compact agreements, which means at no expense to the equal representation of any member of the EU or threat to their security, the security of Europe, must remain equal for all. The Minsk agreements does not allow impositions like what they're trying to do with Donbass, the two obelisks thereof. It's over. That was goal number two. Vladimir Putin, week number 1, 2-0. Want to be honest here, Canadians. If Vladimir Putin chose to invade Ukraine, it is 100% likely that nothing is going to happen within the EU. That the reality is Germany will continue on with Russia. They will not impose USA sanctions. That's the truth. Ukraine is out of luck, out of time. And Unitarianism can't be for that former Soviet. You can't dissolve all the governments, the cultural values, and economic and social rights, which are represented in binding world law. Those people did not agree to give up their sovereignty, their autonomy. There was never any question asked of the sort. USA themselves is federalist. Regardless of what Joe Biden, as President of the United States, pushes out as foreign policy of the United States, I can guarantee Canadians, all Americans, there is no way in any consensus that you could ever get 2/3 of the governors of USA to agree to a foreign policy of Unitarianism. USA is constitutionally mandated to a federalist system, a division of powers, the strength of each and every one of those 50 states. They work in unison under a federal umbrella. This is also the same for the former Soviet Union, also the same for the current Federation of Russia. Ignorant presidents, while Russia was hurt, was down for the count, they chose to kick them. And while it may have seemed like the thing to do at the time, all things come full circle to bite one right in the behind. And now it is Joe Biden who has decided to follow late Republicans who made grievous errors in their foreign policy. And when you look at Bush's, it was not George Jr., but his father who made some clearly poor decisions going forward, un-American, unconstitutional decisions, breaching international law, breaching a promise USA made to the entire world. This is where the credibility of the United States falls. Now, Joe Biden has made so many missteps, wrong calculations, complete failure on his face. And now the European Union begins to put up the wall saying, sorry, old Joe, you don't have the support of your people. You're not following your constitution. And we are the European Union. We're not going to follow you. That's what's happening. The dominoes are falling down. That's what's going to happen. Just keep watching. It's going to be excellent to see where we go tomorrow with Ukraine. Anyone who follows me, you have to admit, it's almost like I wrote Vladimir Putin's speech. Well, that's not true. But the reality is that's what happens when you do the credible, real, viable work you do on the world stage, going to every single top legal academic institution in the world, reading everybody's history and everybody's constitutions in all their written accord, learning the world as it really is. That's the work I did, and you will find I will continue to nail it. God bless everybody. Have a good night. Share. It's important. It's very important. Truth can never be kept silent. If we want to fix Canada, we have to start by what's real, verifiable, credible, because the work was done. It was done openly and honestly. If you haven't seen nothing yet, stay tuned. I know.